Assalamu alaikum. I'm back. It's about 5 minutes before iftar, but I have to keep my promise. This is lesson 5. And let's return right away to Musa. Lost and alone, forlorn, no help, getting old. And as we described him earlier, no friends, no family, a wanted man. But he went and did a good deed anyway. He saw those women struggling with a hard task. He went up to them, 2 sisters, and he helped them. And then he returned back, ila dil, it says, to the shade. Obviously it was very hot. The women were exhausted. And he made a dua, which is quite famous. And if we use this dua, if you are in dire straits due to money, you use this dua. It's a verse in the Quran, but it's also known as an invocation that we can use when we need, let's say, some material help. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Musa starts by calling out to his Lord. ربي لما أنعمت علي من خير فقير. He said, "O Lord, by what you would favor me of goodness, أنعمت علي من خير فقير." It's like saying, I need it now. If you're ever planning to give me anything, I need it now. And because he really was honest and sincere, he got it. Immediately, he got it. He got the job. He got the wife. His circumstance went upside down in less than a day. Remember, we learn Prophet stories to know that it's possible. Now, contrast that to other verses in Quran, wherein some folks are more, let's say, demanding and selfish and don't appreciate the ni'mah. Remember, the ni'mah is one of our words. For instance, like this one. وَاللَّهُ جَعَلَ لَكُم مِّمَّا خَلَقَ ظَلَالًا وَجَعَلَ لَكُم مِّنَ الْجِبَالِ أَكْنَانًا وَجَعَلَ لَكُم سَرَابِيلَ تَقِيكُمْ الْحَرَّ وَسَرَابِيلَ تَقِيكُمْ بَأْسَكُمْ كَذَلِكَ يُتِمُّ نِعْمَتَهُ عَلَيْكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُسْلِمُونَ. This is in Surah An-Nahl, and it is verse 81. And the translation I will read to you, which is rather harsh. And Allah has made for you from that which He has created shade. Remember, Musa got the shade when it was hot. And He made for you from the mountains shelters. And He made for you garments which protect you from the heat. And garments, coats of mail, which protect you from your enemy in battle. Thus does He complete His favor upon you, that you might submit to Him. And just 2 ayah after that, Allah tells us, يَعْرِفُونَ نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ ثُمَّ يُنْكِرُونَهَا. They realize, يَعْرِفُونَ, the favors of Allah, and then they're disbelievers. يُنْكِرُونَهَا. They deny these ayat. So what does that mean? It means they are disbelievers. So compare those folks with Musa, and how Musa had total trust with all of his problems and what he faced of hardship. He knew that Allah was going to come forward for him. And it's often why Allah gives you the nasr, is because you believe. And Allah loves it when you really, really believe. That's when you get more than ever, when you really, really believe. So we're going to read a few more ayat. As I told you, this is going to be a little quick, more of a quick lesson today. And we are still going to be concentrating on these things about the ni'mah of Allah. Again in Surah Nahl. وَمَا بِكُم مِّن نِّعْمَةٍ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ ثُمَّ إِذَا مَسَّكُمُ الضُّرُّ فَإِلَيْهِ تَجْأَرُونَ ثُمَّ إِذَا كَشَفَ الضُّرُّ عَنكُمْ إِذَا فَرِيقٌ مِّنكُم بِرَبِّهِمْ يُشْرِكُونَ. Allah is telling us here in Surah Nahl, I'm going to translate it for you. Whatever you have of a ni'mah, a favor, it's from Allah. And then, when harm comes to you, you scream, you cry out for help from Allah. Then, if this door is kashf anka door, and if Allah takes it away, some of you, bi rabbihim yushrikun, you start the nonsense again, associating partners with Allah. And another ongoing theme in Surah Nahl, which I will continue to do. When they recognize the favor of Allah, and they know it, and they're sure of it, and they understand it, and they actually see it with their eyes, and then they turn away, this is enough to have them experience punishment. After all, this is Allah we're talking about now here. So, I'm just bringing it forward into our lifetime. If we know that Allah gives us every good thing, if we believe, it doesn't really matter, sometimes the Christians and the Jews, they have a concept that Allah is almighty and gives them what they need. But then the next point is, are they believing enough to do what Allah has told them to do? That's always the problem. Iblis believed that Allah was Allah. He was next to him. He lived near him. He saw him. He recognized him for who he was, and yet he disobeyed. He disobeyed right in Allah's presence. That's something worse than we could ever do. We haven't seen Allah. But remember, if we go back to Surah Al-Baqarah, when Allah describes believers, in the beginning of Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah says that this is a book, La rayba fi, no doubt in it, hudan lil muttaqin. It's a guide for the pious. So who are the pious? Who are the muttaqin? Allah tells us immediately. They are those who believe in the unseen. يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. The greatest unseen that you could ever believe in is Allah. Believe in Allah. Pray, يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون, and spend out of the bounty that Allah has given you, whether it be knowledge, money, fame, status. Sometimes you could have a very nice personality. You could be quite a friendly type of a person. And through that way, you could go about spreading good cheer with a smile. Lift people's spirits. It doesn't always have to be only about money. But it does help, because right now, I am very thankful to Allah that He has provided me with a delicious iftar. And I'm hoping that you will enjoy your iftar too. And remember to always be thankful, because in the Quran Allah says, Ima shakiran o ima kafura. You are either grateful or disbelieving. So that is why we must be grateful, and remember to say Bismillah on our food. Remember to have a sip of water and a date. Oh, and let me just remind you of this sunnah. When you have your first bite, you say, ذهب الغم ابتلى العروق وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله. It means our feeling of ذهب الغم, it's gone. ذهب الغم. We've just taken that water and date. وابتلى العروق, and our veins have been watered. وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله, and we have ascertained that we're rewarded. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.